Hello everyone, and if you clicked on this video, please like, share, subscribe and comment down below whatever you think of this video and whatever you want, positive comments. And as you all know, we are going to talk about all the books I've read in June, and it has quite a number of books I've read because I have made so many videos of reading blogs and book reviews or something like that in my channel. So I have a lot of books I want to talk about, but mostly all the books I have gone through in detail in all my videos previously, so I'll keep that review short and sweet. But I have some of the books I want to talk in detail, so let's get started. The first book of June that I've read is we have Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. Done and Dusted, it's a very short, sweet, quick book I have read. Like I have talked about this on my reading blog, I have done about that, and it was about brothers best friend, small town romance like Chestnut Spring series. We have Clementine and Luke, and Clementine came into this small town and she was struggling with horseback riding, and Luke, her brother's best friend, helped her with that, and that's how they fall in love with each other. And the next book we have for June is Love Contract by Sophie Lark, and this is fake dating romance. So we have Theo here and Sullivan. So Theo works for this person that Sullivan wants to deal with and put a business deal with, so they just pretend to fake date so that Sullivan can get close with Theo's boss. And it was quite emotional read for me. It was also a short, quick book, and can you check out what happened with my book? Like it was falling apart. See, it just breaks my heart when it happened to my books. Like, anyways, if you want a detailed review of these both books and want to see all my reactions and thoughts and whatever I thought about these books, you can check out the video here, my reading blog, and I will put the link in the description box below. The next book we have, or should I say series I have, is Kings of Sin series by Anna Huang. I have done whole detailed thorough videos into parts here on my channel. I'll put the link in the description, you can check that out. So the first book we have is King of Wrath. This is about Dante and Vivian, and this is also kind of a fake marriage of convenience. The second book we have is King of Pride. This is kind of friends, something like that, because Kai is Dante's friend and Isabella is Vivian's friend, so it's kind of friends couples. And this is kind of a forbidden romance where they both can't date each other but can't help it. So the third book we have is King of Greed. This is kind of a second chance romance where their marriage is falling apart. Dominic did everything in his power so that he can win back his wife Alessandra. Fourth book we have is King of Sloth. Like I just love this book so much. Xavier. Like I love him so much. You can see all my emotions in the part 2 of this video. Like seriously, I just really loved him. So we have Salon and Xavier. So Xavier's father is dying, and he did this will that he will get the money or his trust fund only when he becomes a CEO of some business. So he just starts establishing this bar he wants to open, and Salome helps him out. And so this is their cute romance, and I really love this book. The seventh book we have is Neon Gods by Kate Roberts. This is so good in terms of smart. Like this is smart if you want to read spicy books, if you want to read some palate cleansers books, or just some spicy book. If you want to read this book. Like it's totally smart. Like it's so spicy book, seriously hot, and it has a little plot, but mostly it's smart. Now starts our MZ's marathon. Like seriously, I have read so many MZ's books this year, so many. Like I have almost reread all of her books, like almost. Like one book is remaining, which is kind of a new release, but everything I've read from her this month and this year. First book we will talk about is When Gracie Met the Grump, and I love this book so much. Like so much. I want more of this book. Like if you have some recommendations regarding and similar to this book where there is a superhero and some kind of this book, please recommend me, because I really want to read this kind of book. And we have Gracie here and Alex. Alexander is a superhero, of course. Their ancestors and older generations came from this different planet, and Gracie also belongs to one of them. So Alexander and Gracie, it's so hot. Alexander is so hot, seriously, so hot. I really love him. Like, I can say that about almost 80% of Mariana Zapata books, like 90% of Mariana Zapata books, like I love their heroes so much. I'm thinking of doing a separate book about her book, so you can subscribe if you don't want to miss out. Just saying. So the 9th book we have is Hands Down by Mariana Zapata. We have Zach, Travis and Beyonce. This is also a brother's best friend trope. Zach is a footballer, pro footballer, and Beyonce is a receptionist, I guess, but she also has a YouTube channel on the side. And what happens is Zach just went on his career, and there is kind of some misunderstanding between them. If you read the book, you will know about that. I don't want to spoil that for you, but somehow they lose connection and both misunderstand each other. Like, she thinks that he doesn't want to talk to her, and he thinks that she doesn't want to talk to him. And then later on he comes back in the city. They met again through their mutual person, third person, her brother and his best friend. So, and she is just avoiding him so that she doesn't get heartbroken again, but he thinks that he wants to stay close to her, like rekindle their friendship again. But one thing is that the mention of him leaving, like from her point of view, all the books are from the FMC's point of view, so she is thinking again and again after every line, every paragraph, it's the mention of him leaving, him ignoring her texts and calls and something like that. And I get it, like I get it, you are upset that he left you, or kind of left you, ignored you after such a long friendship. Like they all three of them are friends from their childhood, like for 20 plus years, so it's kind of upsetting. But the mention of it again and again just kinds of become very repetitive and irritating. Try to read that, but yeah, if you will read, it was kind of good book. Actually, this is my first time reading this book, because when I got to know about Mariana Zapata, when I was in this marathon of reading all her books 1 to 2 years back, I read this review about this book that saying this is not that good, and I just kind of believed that review. So I never tried to read this book until now, when I was craving some Mariana Zapata books. So I thought of just reading this and thinking about it from my own opinion. I didn't like this book that much comparatively to her other books, but it was good and I gave it 3.5 stars. So the next book we have is Lingus by Mariana Zapata. This is also my first time reading this book, because I never like bring myself to read this book, because this is about a porn star. I have only read one book about a porn star before, and that's, I guess, The Roommate. I don't remember the author's name, but yeah, I think. But this is also about a porn star. I have Robbie, who is the porn star, and we have Kat. Kat's best friend Nicole takes her to this porn convention where Nicole meets her favorite porn star, her idol porn star, and they both fell in love. And Kat also met Robbie. We have here Tristan, his real name, and Robbie is his stage name. So they also became friends, and somehow in this circle they came close to each other. But I think reading about a porn star is not my cup of tea. Like, I'll die of jealousy. Like, I'll really die of jealousy. So if you want to read this book, you can read this book, because of course later on he just leaves his area of work because he just couldn't work in that field when he's in love with Kat. But I think you can read this book if you want. This is also the shortest book I've read from MZ, because it's just 400 pages, where her books goes to 600 and 700 pages now. So I think this is a kind of a beginner's book for her, and there are so many grammar mistakes in this, but yeah, okay. Next book we have is Dear Aaron, again from MZ, Mariana Zapata, and this is kind of a long distance pen pals kind of thing. Like, they both write letters and emails to each other. We have Ruby and Aaron. Ruby kinds of signs up for this, where she writes emails to the soldiers. Like, whoever she signed up with, she writes letters or emails to that person so that they don't feel lonely on the battlefield. So that's how they both met each other, Aaron and Ruby, and this is how they like deepened their friendship, became friends. And then Aaron called Ruby and invited her to spend this break of his on this beach house. So Ruby went there, and then slowly they fell in love. It was good. And what I didn't like about this book is that the ending was so abrupt. and incomplete. Like it felt so incomplete. It was so abrupt. I couldn't just put my mind on it. So I think the ending could have been a more little specified to give that, happy feeling. So I again got to know about them in my next book, which I read, From Luca with Love, which is about Ruby's little sister Jasmine and enemy nemesis Ivan Luca. We have, like, it is such a good book. Like, I really love this book. It was enemies to lovers and their banter was so good. Like, God, it was so good. Like, they have been just fighting with each other for 400 and 500 pages, and it was such a delight to read this book. Like, it was not something kind of enemies to lust and to lovers or something like that, but it was pure enemies to friends to lovers. And Jasmine is figure skater, Ivan is figure skater, but Ivan is kind of a really great figure skater. He has a really good name for himself. They are both pair figure skaters, but Jasmine doesn't have a partner anymore for the last year because of her ex-partner, and so Ivan just kind of tells her to become his partner for a year because his partner is taking a break. I know it's confusing, but somehow they both end up with each other pair skating. The end of the year, they want to just participate in these competitions, so the whole year they just spend time together in forced proximity, spending time with each other, fighting and practicing together. And it was really good to read. Like, God, it was really good. Like, I feel like I was in book hangover after reading this book. Like, it was so good, so good. Like, and the last book I read for the month of June is what I just finished like an hour ago, The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, again by Mariana Zapata. This is my second time reading this book, and this is about Vanessa and Aiden, and this is also a marriage of convenience book. Vanessa used to work with Aiden for 2 years, and to finally chase her dreams, she quits. But then Aiden comes back to her, asking her to come back, and then he offers that she marries him because he wants to be a resident of US, and his visa is expiring. Because of that, he wants her to like fake marry him so that he can become a resident here. And he's also a pro footballer. And Zach, that we talked about for hands down, used to live with him. Like, they are roommates, and all three of them live together. And the friendship of Zach and Vanessa, it's so good. Like, I really love that. And Aiden, he's so grumpy, but then slowly he starts like changing himself, taking care of Vanessa and like doing all those small and big things for her. It was really good to read. Like, he's just like a big grumpy teddy bear. Like, seriously, I really love this book. And this was such a long book. Like, it was 700 pages almost, like 650 or 660 pages, but almost 700 pages, and such a big book it is. If you have seen my last video of Marriage of Convenience, I have talked about that in that before, so you can check that out too. And yes, that's it for today's video. It's all my books here with me. And if you enjoyed this video, do subscribe to my channel. Comment down below which books you have read and which you want to read, and how many books you have read for the month of June. And it's okay if it's just a 1 or 2 books or not at all, because reading is something which should be fun and not to be forced. So yes, always remember that. And if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, comment. All my socials are linked down below. As always, you can follow me there too, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Bye.